90 Day Fiancé. The Other Way Season 4 allegedly has fake storylines scripted for all of its couples, according to longtime fans of the TLC franchise. The 90DF spin-off started off on a high note, featuring new American cast members who were ready to move to different countries, so they could be with their partners. Danielle Gates and Johan Geronimo, a returning pair from 90 Day Fiancé. Love in Paradise Season 2, had an interesting storyline that was well worth watching. However, this doesn't seem to be the case anymore. The premise of Toe has seemingly been compromised in the 2023 edition. 90 Day Fiancé. The Other Way Season 4 features countries such as Colombia, India, Egypt, Morocco, and the Dominican Republic. The beauty of Toe is the way it documents the cultures and traditions of different regions, and shows the struggles of often ignorant Americans. These USA natives try to fit in, without letting go of their preconceptions. However, this time around, it doesn't look like any of the US citizens planned on staying in their partners' countries for too long. Viewers have started to suspect that none of the cast was interested in moving for good at all, and always planned to return to America. For 90 Day Fiancé. Toe couple Chris Foster Jamie Noguera. The 40-year-old Chris moved from Alabama to Colombia to get married to 30-year-old Jamie Noguera, whom Shed met on a dating app. Chris, a mother of 2 grown children, had been married twice before, to men. This time around, she wanted to be with the woman she loved, and they tied the knot within 9 days of meeting. The show documented Chris flying out of her country for the first time, and landing in Colombia. Once she arrived, she started finding reasons to go back. At first, she started off by saying that she had a court case to attend back home, regarding a stolen motorcycle, and rescheduled the wedding. Soon enough, Chris claimed her bank account was frozen, and someone had stolen her identity. As a result, she had to rush back home. Chris said it would be a 2-week visit, but she'd been staying there for a month when the cameras met her on the newest episode. As Reddit user The Broke Degenerate pointed out, it's all scripted. They noticed that Chris had one suitcase bag while moving her life to Colombia. She was never moving there. They questioned Chris' court date suddenly popping up out of nowhere, and concluded that Chris was just visiting the place. 90 Day Fiancé couple Gabriel Pabon Isabel Posada. When 32-year-old Gabriel was moving to Colombia, he worried about whether his 34-year-old girlfriend Isabel's dad would ever accept the fact that Gabe was a trans man. Gabriel kept fretting about what would happen if Isabel's religious dad asked her not to marry him, but eventually, he did receive the father's blessing, and went ahead and proposed to Isabel. Gabe and Isabel's romance was very sweet, and moved one fan to tears. I said to a friend that Gabe and Isabel are the only couple I could believe loving each other, commented Claymos Terry Lee on the aforementioned thread. However, someone else argued with them about Gabe and Isabel's unbelievable storyline. Until he had to go back to the U.S. to get documents that he could have Googled beforehand, Today23 added in the thread, declaring that he was also just visiting. Gabe may not have gone to Colombia with the intention of getting married to Isabel, since he didn't even bother finding out which documents would be required. Gabe had to show his passport and birth certificate before getting married, but the certificate had female on it, and didn't match his passport. Moreover, Gabe claimed that all his documents were gone. If he doesn't get married before his visa expires, he'll need to leave the country for another 6 months before he's allowed to return. Two 90-day fiancé couple Debbie Aguero-Usama. Just like Gabe and Chris, who seem to be acting in their storylines, Debbie is in a situation that looks entirely staged. Debbie, a 67-year-old from Georgia, changed countries, flying to Morocco to become 24-year-old Usama's wife. Debbie showed off her art studio, where she also sells semi-precious jewelry. A Reddit user on the same thread observed how it wasn't mentioned anywhere in Debbie's storyline that she sold her house, her art, or the antiques that she owned before moving away. In fact, somewhere in their allegedly fabricated storyline, Usama accidentally revealed what their plan had been all along. Debbie pretended to be hurt and shocked when Usama met her, and told her that he wanted her to get to know his family better, and then return to the U.S. He wanted to understand Debbie fully before they got married. Debbie exclaimed, "Wow, Usama, I wish you would have told me that before I came," and claimed that she'd moved mountains for him. "And now you're telling me you're not going to marry me and this is a 2-month test drive?" Debbie complained in the scene. As an explanation, the fan wrote, "She was just visiting." TLC must not have explained enough to him about what was going on to continue their ruse. One 90-day fiancé couple. Daniele dates Johan Geronimo. 90-day fiancé newcomer, Daniele, 42, got married to Johan within 5 months of meeting him. Johan looked forward to moving to the U.S. on a spousal visa, but he didn't know that his wife had never even filed the documents. Instead, Daniele revealed that she looked forward to a life of leisure in the doctor, where she'd eat mangoes on the beach after quitting her teaching job in New York. However, it was soon revealed that Daniele filed for bankruptcy, something that fans are being kept in the dark about on the show. Daniele's current storyline on 90 Day Fiancé. The other way involves an ex-boyfriend who's visiting her in the doctor, although Johan disapproves. Johan accused Daniele of ruining his birthday by talking about meeting her ex. This storyline feels familiar to another storyline from the same spin-off, in which Biniam Shibre was jealous about Ariella Danye's ex-husband Leandro Fosk coming to Ethiopia to stay with them. Even after divorce, they'd chosen to remain friends. Besides, Daniele and Johan are still together and happily married, as per their Instagram. This seemingly confirms that their storyline is staged. Source: You, the Broke Degenerate, Reddit.
Love in the modern world is fake when love was meant for joy too. When I find you, I realize that somehow we lie. Love in the modern world, it is fake when love was meant for joy. I know that he hurt you. Your 5 inches of heart is human. Can you be sure? No.